Good morning, everyone. My name is Ketuktula. I am a member of IYF. IYF stands for the International Youth Fellowship, which is a worldwide youth organization based on Christianity. It is working actively for youth as an NGO in 95 countries. It is nurturing the global leaders of the next generation who have wholesome value and globalized mindset through international cultural activities in various areas. Now, this is how IYF started in Eswatini. In 2014, the Minister of Youth, Honorable Minister David Ngampalala, attended the World Ministers Forum with IYF held in Korea. He was impressed by the activities of IYF and he introduced it to help the young people in Eswatini. Through that, IYF and its founder, Reverend Oksu Park, were invited by Prime Minister in 2015. That's how IYF started to work for Eswatini Nation. IYF is working actively for the young people in Eswatini, conducting various activities for youth. Since then, many youth of Eswatini have been changed through IYF. Let's watch some of the stories.
I had grown up with a lot of anger and darkness in my life. I had blamed my father for not taking care of me and leaving me to make my own tuition money and support myself. My father's viciousness caused me to dislike all people and isolate myself from others. From living this lonely life, one day I received a flyer from IYF and I had called them because I desperately wanted change in my life. I desperately wanted to leave my life of anger behind. When I met the IYF, what they said totally changed me. I learned about the weak heart and strong heart. I realized that I had a weak heart, but I couldn't judge my father anymore because I was the same. Through IYF, I know how to have a strong heart, learning to save others first, understanding those who are different from me, and so on.
Was so very difficult. Sometimes I didn't have jobs. So one day I went on Facebook and I came across this post which was talking about a construction scholarship. And I said, oh my God, thank you. This is what I need. Because I was a civil engineering student, but because of financial problems, I couldn't finish my course. So I ended up at home being depressed. I was very, very depressed to a point whereby when I'm alone, I would cry to God. So when I saw this post, I said to myself, now my prayers were answered. I came to IYF with the hope that I will become someone better. And that is really happening through IYF.
3 wives. My daddy actually had 3 wives. My mom was the second wife. I grew up as an orphan while my dad and mom was alive. We had a lot of challenges. So then I met my friends at school. My friends were always happy because of drugs. They took drugs, so I thought drugs was the only way to make me happy. So I started to take drugs secretly. I didn't want them to know. I lived that life until I reached my university level. But then one day came. I met IYF. So that's where I started to realize all of these things I was doing was wrong. Because at that time I didn't have happiness. But when I met the Cesare Choir, then we share our hearts. I started to develop a peace of mind. I started to be happy and started to forgive and be like, oh, I had to quit this thing of drugs. There is a lot of connection. I learned things that I'm not learning at the university. I'm very much happy with this choir because I can see that it is going somewhere. I can see the future it has. A lot of things.
Accident. construction school in Zambia.
이어서 여기 저 스와지니 건축학교를 시작하면
And we will continue on to do a construction school in here, Swaziland as well.
스와지랜드 보통 저 시민들 주택이 달라질 것 같습니다.
Then I think the regular housing for the citizens of Swaziland will completely change. People of Swaziland are wonderful.
사고하는 법을 가르치고
I want to teach them how to think
마음의 세계를 가르치고
and teach them the world of the heart.
그게 아주 중요해요.
And these things are very important. And I learned this education from Jesus.
마약하지 말라 하지 않았어요.
I didn't tell the drug addicts to stop doing drugs,
새로운 희망을 줬어요.
but I gave them new hope.
Confident that you'll make a change in this
우리
country.
나라의 목사님 변화를 가져올 것을 우리는 확실하게 믿습니다.
The Swazi people will change because of your contribution.
목사님의 일을 통해서 스와지 사람.
I dream of IYF Youth
I just can't stop dreaming of the IYF.
I can't wait to see the IYF Youth Center.
Currently, we have 3 major programs that IYF is conducting in Eswatini. First being the Sensory Mnyungu School, which offers classical music education. It is founded by the world's famous Gracious Choir and Orchestra, which won a number of grand prizes in the World Authority Choral Competition, such as the International Chamber Competition Maktobadov in Germany. This year, they are conducting the program to nurture the music teachers, teaching them from the basic theory and practical class to play the instruments like piano, violin, and voice. Let's watch what they do. Secondly, we have the Bethel Technical Vocational Center. This is a program that offers classes on construction skills and excavator operation. It is helping young people to learn the technical skills and find their dreams. Let's enjoy a video about it.
A construction school in Zambia.
이어서 여기 저 스와지니 건축학교를 시작하면
And we will continue on to do a construction school in here, Swaziland as well.
스와지랜드 보통 저 시민들 주택이 달라질 것 같습니다.
Then I think the regular housing for the citizens of Swaziland will completely change.
Thirdly, we have the Mahanaim Bible College. This program offers systematical theology course to our young Christians who want to be pastors or informed men of God. Classes will be conducted online and offline. New intake will be in September this year. Let me explain about this course in details. So here is an application guide to study in the Mahanaim Bible College in Eswatini, affiliated with the Mahanaim Bible College from the USA. First, we have the online course. So if you attend the online course, you have to attend online course and offline class once a month, attend conferences each semester, domestic and international conferences. Second, we have the full-time course. In this one, boarding is compulsory. Here are the benefits. You have a chance to attend international conference and training in South Korea, Southern Africa, and America, etc. We also have free computer lessons and etc. Third, we have the extra course offered for diploma. We have the psychology consultation, mind education specialist training, computer lessons, which are Microsoft, video editing and graphic designs, and also we have youth development training course. For the certificate, which is 1 year, 2 semesters, you have to write a self-introduction letter, 2 passport-size photos, ID copy, and an application form. For the diploma, which is 2 years, 4 semesters, you must have an IGCSE or SGCSE certificate or a Mahanaim certificate. Also write the self-introduction letter, provide the 2 passport-size photos, an ID copy, and the application form. Then the tuition fee is 1,500 per semester and a boarding contribution of 300 emalangeni per month. Here is the curriculum for the certificate. First semester, you will study Introduction to the Old Testament, lectures on the New Testament, Gospel 1, Church History 1, Special Lecture 1. And on the second semester, you will study the Systematic Theology 1, lecture on Romans, Genesis, Church History 2, Acts, and Special Lecture 2. Curriculum for the diploma. Third semester, you will study the Tabernacle, Missiology 1, Hebrews, Special Lecture 3, Pauline Epistles. On the fourth semester, you will study Systematic Theology 2, Introduction to Biblical Figures, John, Special Lecture 4, and the thesis. Lastly, let's invite the National Director of IYF Eswatini and Senior Pastor of the Good News Mission Eswatini, Pastor David Gang, to deliver his message.
Hello everyone, welcome to online IYF World Camp. It is a great privilege to meet you through this online camp. IYF changed the young people's life, not only young people, but also all the citizens of this globe. So I am also one of the beneficiaries of this IYF, and I could change my life up to the point that I am standing before you today. So today I would like to share a short story with you. There was a father and son traveling desert. Since they started the journey in the desert, in the beginning they prepared a lot of parcel of food and enough water. But as time goes by, the journey lasts longer than they expected, so they ran out of all the food and water. So this son, more and more, he became exhausted and tired. So he started to complain, "Father, when are we going to reach home? It seems we are lost. Where is the road? Where is the way? We don't see any homestead around. We don't see any end of the desert. Are we not going to die in the desert?" This son trusted his own perspective, and he only relied on his own visible eyes. Since he didn't have hope inside of his heart, he had no choice but to complain and had this despair in his mind. But father kept encouraging him, "My son, let's have a hope. I am used to travel this desert. So always we have to go towards the sun rising direction. That is the east, so we are supposed to follow the eastern direction, so that we are able to reach the homestead. So cheer up, son, let's go." But son, he didn't have that hope inside of his heart because he was relying on his own visible perspective. Eventually, they met a certain stone tomb. When son saw the stone tomb, he fell into the deep despair and cried, "Oh, Father, I told you, we are all going to die like someone who is dead and buried on the tomb here. He must have lost like us, and this is the point of death. Oh, I want to see Mom. I really miss my friends." He was crying and he was so exhausted and fell into this deep despair. Son had no choice but to have this negative mind because he always focused on the situation and visible circumstance. But Dad, this father, cheered him up. "Oh, my son, this is it. We made it. What, Father, what we made? Like this man who is dead and buried here, we are also going to die." But Father's perspective was completely different. Father started to shout, singing a song and praising. Why? Father's perspective was totally different with this son. Son, think about it. As you are understanding, as you are thinking, let's say this man was exhausted in the desert and died here. Then do you think he made this stone tomb by himself? Where is other tomb? Where is other dead corpse? If he was alone died here, there must have no tomb, which means there were people who buried him here with a stone. That shows us the homestead and the village is very near to us. Son, cheer up. Let's take a walk. Only a few steps. Afterwards, we will definitely find a homestead. As you listen to this story, this father encouraged the son, and finally they could reach the nearest homestead and they could be rescued. How is the story? Yes, it's very interesting. The son's mindset, son's perspective, and the father's perspective was completely different. IYF was founded on Christianity. IYF teach and nurture young people through the mindset of Jesus Christ. Jesus always gives us the hopeful and positive, encouraging mindset. If you follow the mind of Jesus Christ, you will never get discouraged regardless of whatever situation you are in. I was very poor when I was young, and I went through very difficult situation. My family background was really difficult. So while I was living in that difficult situation, I had no choice but to fall into despair, and automatically I had this negative perspective in my life. But ever since I met this IYF, listening to the mind lecture, participating in these IYF activities, this IYF drive my life into the positive life, and I could live very positive life and live happy life through changing of this perspective. Everyone, IYF will lead you and guide you to live such positive and healthy mindset life. So you will be able to find true happiness, true hope, not because your situation changed, because your perspective and your mindset changed. So if you change your mindset, you will be able to live hopeful life. As a result, your life and situation will turn into that hopeful situation. I hope all of you enjoyed this word camp, and I am looking so much forward to seeing you more often through online or offline. If you have any challenge or if you need any counseling, you can come to visit IYF Center. Then we will have a good fellowship and good contact with us. Thank you for joining this time. I warmly welcome all of you to this IYF. Thank you.